guys. I know it's been a while, like 3 months since I've done anything new, and there's reasons for it, which I'll go into later, and my bike is part of it. But anyway, I'm on my way. I'm in Austin now, sort of, and I'm on my way somewhere to do something that I don't believe has ever been done on YouTube. Definitely hasn't been done by any of us. I'll give you a hint. You can't really tell what all that is, but we just passed an ILS setup for one of the runways. There's a couple of Blackhawks sitting over there. It's the Army National Guard building. And I am meeting Jim in Texas. I can't think of the guy's name. Dude down in New Zealand has done a video similar to this, but for some reason I'm drawing a complete blank on his name. Anyway, as you guys know, I've met Jim before, and so that's not really what's new. Let's see if that sign shows up. I doubt it. Anyway, it's going to be an interesting day. I am running about 15 minutes late because I overslept. Had I not overslept and needed something to eat, I'd actually be doing this from the bike. But shit happens, and sometimes you gotta eat in the car. Anyway, I'll be back in a few minutes, I hope. Go ahead.
Action. Okay, well, I'm Jim and I live in Texas. And oh, hey, there's my friends out there flying another airplane. What are we doing? I've got Trinith, the world famous vlogger, moderator of the Duplano Vlog Forum, coming with me today. We're going to do a little flight. You're never supposed to start with an apology, but I have a helmet camera, but the audio's not working, so you will not get live, the whole thing on live, so sorry about that. This is a 1978 Archer. Please forgive the paint job. It's about to go to the paint shop to get a new paint job to replace a 2009 paint job, which will look just like that Cessna over there. That's the other, every airplane's in our Shondale Flying Club at Austin Airport in Texas. And that has a custom paint design, and we're going to use the same design on this airplane. We're at the signature ramp here. I've already done the official pre-flight, but I'll just point out a few features of the airplane. We'll walk around it. It holds 50 gallons of gas. There's a tab in here, and filling it all the way up weights the guy down pretty good, so we don't usually fill it all the way up, but it's above the tab on that tank, which is plenty for what we're going to be doing. It's difficult to take this cowling off. The engine is in there. There's an engine in there, and it's a 180 horsepower Lycoming engine. It's a flat four like a Volkswagen, except that you can unbolt the cylinders. This design comes from a auxiliary power unit they designed in World War II, and it really has changed very little since then. Aviation is very slow to change. If you're in the tech industry, where like something from 2008 is obsolete, you know, something from 1942, we're still using it in aviation.
You know, if it works, right?
Yeah, because you're literally betting your ass on this stuff. Okay, here's the other tank. This is a little below the tab, that's okay. Gas here in Signature is extremely expensive, so we try to buy it off station whenever we can. This is a stall warning vane. If the air up over the wing gets turbulent, this will start to throw a switch. It'll make a buzzer in the cockpit to tell you that the airplane is unhappy. This airplane's extremely gentle. Our Cessna Cardinal over there that I wanted to fly today, but the other guy's flying it. It is not extremely gentle in the stall. It'll go up and it'll let go and drop a wing, and because it's like, that one's like dating a high fashion model. This is just like dating the chubby little girl down next door, you know, who you like, a good friend. And she's not going to do anything radical or exciting.
She'll do whatever you want.
She's fun, but she's not going to like toss you around, you know, scare you in any way. Big ailerons here. The nice handling airplane. I was just telling Trinith that the engine is over the recommended time for overhaul, so it's fixing to go into the shop, get an engine overhaul and a new paint job and some other upgrades. So we're looking forward to having that. All flying stabilator. Interestingly, that Cessna we have over there also has the same arrangement.
What are these things?
These are static wicks.
Okay.
They are designed to bleed off static electricity.
Oh, right.
And on the high wing airplanes, they'll punch eyes out every now and then.
I've seen those.
Flying tail here. Our Cessna Cardinal is one of the few Cessnas that have that. Most of them have the more conventional elevator arrangement. This is an all flying tail. The Earth colors were really big in 1978, and I was like 35 in 1978, so I still remember that. But we're going to have this beautiful scheme design paint job. Scheme Design's a company.
Looks like we're going to be cozy in there too.
That's one of the reasons I wanted to fly the Cardinal. Because yes, this is a cozy airplane. The Cardinal is very wide. Big fat guy like me fits in it and doesn't like smash the passenger up against the door. Trinith is just going to have to suffer.
I'll live.
Well, let's look in the cockpit real quick to show them. We're real proud of our cockpit. This is one of the best equipped archers you'll find, except for the brand new ones that cost $300,000 that have glass cockpits. Okay. This is, let's just walk through the cockpit here real quick, because like I say, we're real proud of it. The star of it is this Garmin 430. This is a GPS, a radio, communications radio, and a navigation radios and an instrument landing system all in one box. It's approved for use in instrument conditions. I would use it in the weather, flying airways with airliners and stuff. This is really the pretty cutting edge. It's not the very latest one. It's one generation back from the latest one, but it's really, really all you really need to fly. This is a communications radio on this side, a second navigation radio on this side. This is a radar transponder. We put the code in here they tell us to put in, and it identifies us. If you look at a radar antenna, I don't know if you can see it, there's one turning over there. There'll be a big antenna and a little like a rectangular antenna on top of it. That's called radar antenna. It's just not a real high power pulse, but and everybody who's got a transponder applies to that with a fairly strong signal that says this is 0214, and it tells them our altitude. And that's the primary thing they use to track. They use the secondary radar as the primary thing to control airplanes. Distance measuring equipment is a little bit older technology, still extremely accurate. It tells us our distance from ground navigational aids. This is something Lindbergh would recognize. It's an automatic direction finder. I usually have it on 590, which is the station that carries Rush Limbaugh around here, because this thing works at and just below the AM radio band. Basically, you tune in a radio station here, and this needle points at it. Like I say, this was like ultra high tech in Lindbergh's day, but because this is aviation,
it's still here.
It's still here.
If it works, use it.
This GPS now is legal to substitute for this, so this is like a backup system for us now, and this is very difficult to fly off of compared to this, which will draw a map and tell you in plain text exactly what you should be doing.
It works a lot like the GPS unit in your car, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty similar. It's different. It's got aviation programming in there that you won't find in a car. You and I will talk about that, because I'm going to demonstrate a GPS approach. I desperately wanted to film this, but unfortunately, the camera I bought from Z-Magic, this is the first time I was really going to try to use it. The camera part works great, but I have a patch cord to patch the audio into the intercom system. Unfortunately, for some reason I haven't been able to troubleshoot, the audio wasn't getting into it. I've used it with voice recorders, and it always works fine. So some kind of operator error probably. So I will get a GPS approach video, but I'm just not going to be able to do it today.
For now, we're going to live with the 1920s silent video style. Yeah,
it'll be silent or really noisy if he uses his. I just put the camera thing away because the reason I got the Z-Magic camera, which is one with a separate camera you stick on your, I put some Velcro on here so I could stick it on here. The reason I did that was for this purpose, because on a motorcycle it's kind of a hassle compared to just having a separate camera, although you have the advantage of not having it right in your face and riding like this, which bothers me. But anyway, we're going to go find out. Oh, one other thing we got here is a storm scope, which is a lightning detector. It puts little dots at the azimuth of lightning, and the stronger the lightning is, the closer to the little airplane, the sooner they get. And that's really nice because it does help you. Stay away from thunderstorms, because all thunderstorms have lightning, or that's kind of what defines a thunderstorm. We've got a built-in intercom. We've got a clock, the digital clock. These are navigation instruments, altimeter, artificial rise in airspeed. This is an autopilot. We've got a nice automatic pilot in this. This is our heading instrument, the directional gyro. This is a magnetic compass. It just uses the Earth's magnetic field, just like the Boy Scout compass. Vertical speed tells us up and down the rate of flying or descent. And we've got a separate mixture control and a throttle. I was telling Trinith these are very old technology engines, but they're extremely reliable, which is the good thing. So I'm going to strap in.
Sounds good.
Strap in.
We'll get ready to go.